back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to talk about bloating, the bloody bloating. So everyone kind of struggles with it. Some people a little bit more, some people not so much. I'm really weird about this. So sometimes certain foods make me bloated, sometimes they're not. So it depends of what you eating things with. So for example, with bread, I think I have like a slight gluten intolerance. So it obviously could be an intolerance about any sort of food. For example, fruits make you bloated very much. I had a little research about why it happens. So I found something very interesting. So with fruits, it depends when you eat fruit. So if you have it with something, so like say for example you have it with your lunch and then you had some meat, obviously digesting meat takes a little bit longer and it's harder to digest it than fruit. So what your body starts doing is starts digesting the meat, and then the fruit just sits in your stomach for a couple of hours, so it just creates a lot of gas, and that's why you get bloated so much from fruit. So make sure when you eat fruit that you eat it earlier in the day and then you eat it as a snack with just itself. So that vegetables do that a lot. If something is very high in fiber, it's probably going to make you feel bloated. It's really hard to figure out what's working for you and what's not. Everyone's a little bit different in terms of reacting to bloating. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you some tips on how to get rid of your bloating. So like an instant option or something like a long-term thing. So yeah, so if you're interested on that, make sure you keep on watching. Okay, instant tips. So the very first one is go for a walk. So if you move around, it feels horrible because when you bloated, you feel like a balloon. Like I always feel like that. It literally feels like I'm gonna bloat, or pop. So yeah, go for a walk, move around. If you give yourself like a stomach massage, it helps you so much. So like for me, a lot of times I struggle with like going to the toilet and things like that if I don't have enough fiber. But if I have too much fiber, I get bloated. So if you give your stomach a little massage, it helps a lot. If you say if I go to the treadmill and I start walking for a little bit when I'm bloated, it just the gas is just gonna come out and it's gonna help you so much. Try yoga poses, which could be very uncomfortable if you're very bloated in the beginning, but they do really help. Okay, so there's a couple of little capsules you can take. So there's peppermint capsules you can buy. There's obviously some gas relief pills, little things you can get purchasing some shops. I really do believe doing it in the most natural way you can do it. So I don't really like to take pills and things like that. So what I normally do is I drink teas. For example, peppermint tea is really good. Chamomile tea is really good. And I think it was clove oil you can have. Ginger is really good. So all these things are going to help with inflammation and things like that. So try them, they're really good. And obviously getting the warm inside of your body is really cool. I use a hot water bottle, so every time I'm bloated, it literally sorts me out so good. And then sometimes I take a bath. So if I'm normally before my period, I'm pretty bad with bloating. I just sit in a warm bath, and that's just so good. Obviously it's not gonna take everything away straight away, but if you do have a tea and then you go to the bath, just give yourself a bit your own time, and that should sort you out. So heat is really good for bloating. Okay, I've got one more thing which is on the healthier side. So apple cider vinegar is a really good one as well. So if you give that a try, that probably should help you a little bit. So long term, so with fiber, make sure that you increase it regularly, so bit by bit. So try not to, from 0 fiber, you go up to 100, because your body's going to freak out, and then you're going to have some diarrhea, you're going to have so much bloating and everything. So make sure if you increase your fiber that you do it bit by bit. So just give your body a little bit of time to get used to it. Try to drink a lot more water instead of sodas and bubbly things. So anything with like gas in there, obviously gonna give you gas and then you're gonna get bloated. So Cokes and Fanta and things like that. So try to have less of that and then more water. Water always helps. So there is a thing they say about chewing gum. So when you eat chewing gum, you swallow in the air a lot of times. So chewing gum could make you feel bloated. So try not to have as much chewing gum as possible. Okay, so a very important one is cut your salt intake. So your body going to need salt, but cutting salt just sorts you out every certain way. So like if you say, for example, carry a little bit of water in your body, so like you feel a bit fluffy, it's not necessarily body fat. So lots of times that we carry so much water because we eat very salty. So make sure you cut your salt intake down. So that could be a good one. And also to figure out what causes your bloating is a good option. So it's a good thing to keep a food diary, and then you just keep on track on what you're eating, and or like when you were bloated, what you had in a day, because sometimes it could be like a mixture of things, so not necessarily like one thing causing your bloating. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed this video. If you tried any of these things, that let me know down in the comments. And then I hope your bloating gets sorted. If you have any tips for me or any feedback for me to improve my videos, then please let me know down in the comments. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. And other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys! Thank you for watching!